Hello. In this video, we want to talk about organizing ideas in IELTS writing task 2. So let's see why it is important to organize ideas in our writing. Let's take a look at writing band descriptors. And as you can see here, and we'll be comparing band 6 to band 7. In the coherence and cohesion criteria, what we call CC usually for short. As you see, we can see 3 bullet points in number 7. So 2 of them are related to how well you organize your ideas. So first, it says logically organizes information and ideas. There's a clear progression throughout. And the third bullet point says presents a clear central topic within each paragraph. So it's very important to know what you want to write in each paragraph. As you can see, in band 6, we've got somehow the same thing. So arranges information and ideas coherently. And there is a clear overall progression. And also, the last bullet point says uses paragraphing, but not always logically. So now please try to answer this question. What is the main difference? And we're looking for a keyword. What is the main difference between band 6 and 7 in the coherence and cohesion criteria? So if you take a good look, you will see that we have the word logically twice. And in band 7, it says logically organizes information. And in band 6, it says uses paragraphing, but not always logically. So you see how logical your organization is can make a lot of difference. So we can think of our ideas as building blocks that we need to put on top of each other to have an acceptable final production, which is a writing here. So unlike the fact that many students think IELTS writing is about just using some grammar and vocabulary to prove the level of English, in IELTS writing, you're in fact required to persuade the reader that your point of view is just and justified. So, for example, if you say that the advantages of something outweigh its disadvantages, you should have enough reasons to prove that and to support that. And then you should also organize those ideas in a way that each idea adds something to the previous ideas. So in short, we can say progression is the opposite of beating around the bush. So now take a look at these ideas from the video you watched about buying versus renting a house, and then think which way of organizing ideas is more logical, the one on the left or the one on the right. So one of the easiest ways of organizing ideas in an advantage disadvantage essay is by putting all advantages in one paragraph and all disadvantages in another paragraph. Previously, we said that in order to write the essay, you will need to have enough ideas and then you'll need to organize those ideas logically. Now let's see how to proceed from your mind map. So suppose we've got a question about pets, and then in your brainstorming, you've come up with so many different ideas. We know that there is a minimum number of words that you need to write in IELTS Writing Task 2. But there is no upper limit, so there is no word limits. Therefore, if you could write, for example, 1,000 words, you wouldn't lose any points for writing too many words. However, because of the time limit of 40 minutes, you won't definitely have enough time to go through many different ideas and then support all of them. Thus, the best thing you need to do is to make sure that you choose the most relevant ideas that you can support and you can bring enough examples for, you can elaborate on. Now, please pause the video here and take a look at the screen now. As you see here, the advantages are on the left and the disadvantages are on the right side. So the first thing we're going to do is eliminate irrelevant ideas. So in my opinion, saying that it's cruel to eat meat has nothing to do with pets. So that's totally irrelevant and I cross it out. Then you can think like which of our ideas are not very compelling. So for example, saying that pets are dirty is not really very persuasive. Therefore, I meet that idea as well. And then when I take a look at this mind map, I see that there are some ideas which I cannot support any further. So for example, when I say couples may decide not to have children, there is not much I can say about that afterwards. So I'm going to remove that one as well. Now that I have come down to 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages, what I need to do is order them. So one of the ways that you can order your ideas is based on how important you think each of those ideas are. So for example, in my opinion, keeping animals outside their natural habitat is more important than the expensive care. So what you can do is simply put a number. So this is number 1, this is number 2. And you do the same thing for advantages. So for example, the fact that pets can be good companions is very important to me. So I put a number 1 there. And then they help you stay healthy. That would be number 2 for me. Pay attention that there is no right or wrong, but you will need to describe it, that you're mentioning this idea first because you think that is more important. So finally, the outline of your writing should look like this. So you need to have 4 paragraphs, an introduction paragraph in the beginning, and then you end your writing with a conclusion paragraph. In the middle, you've got body paragraphs. And then in each body paragraph, you should have at least 2 major supporting sentences. So for example, if your first body paragraph is about advantages, then first you should mention the one that you think is the most important advantage. And then you should support the idea with some minor supporting sentences. It might be some examples, or it might be some clarification of what you said. And then you write the second advantage. And then your other body paragraph will definitely be disadvantages. And again, here you will mention 2 disadvantages, and you will support each with some minor supporting sentences.